Hey everyone, it's Casual Fanatic.
Film reviews without the shoes.
I'm Luca, your casual viewer.
And I'm Kami, your fanatic. How's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
I feel like this mic is really going to pick me up,
I guess a little closer to you than it is to me.
but then I can't see you. You're like, how you doing? Your hair looks pretty good. I just said that, but you gotta say it on the camera. It's fucking clean.
Thank you.
The back is really nice in the back of your head.
It was
Another 12 hours.
5? Yeah.
That's not bad.
I've been trying to go more often so it doesn't take as long, because obviously like the more hair that I have grown out.
The more she...
Right.
Yeah.
So I think I'm trying to keep it to like max 2 inches before I go back.
Yeah. How much is it every time?
This past time it was 290
Or-
ish,
Okay.
a little
That's-
under 300.
That's better than what you've been paying.
Yeah.
So, stick. What's new?
It's
I know you had a birthday party.
correct. Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't recorded since then because
Hashtag-
of the party.
Dirty 30s now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Old. Feeling it already.
We had a 1920s themed murder mystery party where people came and they were dressed in 1920s gear, and it was awesome.
I mean, we had one person, a late addition, so they didn't dress up, but I'm very happy that everyone else dressed up. Yeah. That was really fun.
No, it was. We gotta definitely do that again. But you know, that was a ball. What else happened?
I went to capture the flag on Thursday again, and that's a part of me realizing how much 30 hurts because I'm in pain. Also, I fell several times, and one of those times crushed my phone. I forgot to take it out of my pocket before I started playing.
You broke your phone?
Ooh.
Oh, it's just a screen protector.
No, I thought it was just the screen protector, and then I got home, took the screen protector off, and this is...
That's your actual screen?
And... hold on.
Wait, isn't this a new phone?
No.
Oh.
Dude, yeah. It's bad.
You crush it inwards.
I know. I'm shocked it still works. I am holding on to it for now, and because I'm literally...
Flash cards falling
I'm
out.
saying, I'm trying to keep my case on, because there's like literal pieces of glass just falling out.
Dude, that's crazy. Oh my god.
But I've seen so many videos of like, you know, lithium ion batteries can just like fucking explode. And so I'm like, is this safe? Like, can I keep this phone? So I must be in the market for a new phone.
I don't think that's very safe. Me personally, because your battery is probably dented,
Yeah. That's what I'm worried
and
about.
that's not good. That means the cells are probably ruptured.
So I might be getting a new phone soon. That was a really bad fall.
That's bad. It looks like you like fell on a rock or something.
There was some gravel, so I'm sure that didn't help.
Dude, that's wild. Well, I guess lesson learned: don't carry your phone when you're playing.
Guys,
to the phone.
remember to take your phone out of your pocket during capture the flag.
How'd you fall?
The spot where the flag was, because I'm not trying to explain the rules of the whole game, but there was a flag on the ground. The enemy team was trying to run and pick it up, but the spot where it was like right where the grass transitions into gravel, so it was like kind of a slippery area. And then they ran to grab it. I ran to pull the flag off their belt, and we both fell.
Did you get it though?
Yeah, I got their flag.
Worth it, I think.
And then I went to First Friday, so that was fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. That's always a good time walking around First Friday. First Friday is like a street that we have here where practically all the artists open up their doors and people can just like walk in and out, look at the, art they have or exhibits, and then
One of my coworkers had a stand,
oh, it's sick.
and so she was like, "Hey, you should come hang out with me, so I'm not just sitting here alone." And then I showed up, hung out for a bit, and then one of our other coworkers showed up, and then me and him walked around, and obviously she had to stay at her table. So
I mean, that's what you do. You gotta stay posted at your table. How was her stuff?
it's mostly earrings.
Oh, okay, cool.
She had like some like metal design ones that she has like wires that she like wraps around.
Lapsed.
She wrapped around. And then she also has ones that she's made out of like, you know what squishmallows are.
Oh yeah.
You know, she gets the like tiny ones and then makes those into earrings as well.
Oh, interesting.
The girls love that shit. There were so many fucking chicks pulling up to that table looking at those squishmallows and being like, "Oh,
I'm gonna buy this.
I want a stuffed animal hanging from my ear."
Yeah, honestly. Cool. Well, that sounds like a fun time. What did I do? I don't even remember. I went golfing on Friday, played 18 holes.
Nice.
First 9, we were 5 under. Then the first 10, we were 6 under. And then we had another double fucking vodka drink. That's when it went downhill. So we ended up at -4
Yeah.
under, 4 under, which is pretty fucking good. But we got second place in the tournament out of 18 holes. So
What's that at?
it's not bad.
How many like people were there?
Oh, I
Second place out of what?
I think in the 18 holes, I want to say it was 8 teams, which is pretty good. Yeah, I rocked one of the balls, 300 meters.
Nice.
We stood next to it and gauged it right back to where we teed off. It was awesome.
Have you heard of monocone alcohol?
I want to say yes, but for some reason, cigarettes are coming to mind for my.
I had never heard of it before, and then at First Friday, they had like, they have alcohol just around.
Yeah.
And in one of the parking lots, they were selling little, it was like they had like 4 different flavors, but they're like pre-mixed cocktails.
Oh, cool.
And the brand was Monaco. And I was like, I've never heard about this before. And they were fucking delicious. Like, I need to figure out where to get those.
Oh, wow.
They were good.
First Friday. Just gonna stock up on a mixed pie. Yeah, I actually just came back from having brunch with one of my high school friends and her girlfriend.
Nice.
It was a good time. Well, that you'll find out at the very end because that is
All right.
it's my what's it called? Yeah, that's you'll find out at the end. It was so good, so good. It's for vegans and meat eaters and all the things.
Nice. Yeah, that's obviously this is not the case everywhere, but one of the welcoming things about Denver is they do make it very easy to find different dietary options for eating.
They do.
They have like whole restaurants that are vegan. They have like, you can go places that are like
Just and a half.
don't have gluten at all.
So this one was practically that. It's like vegan, gluten-free. There's like chicken in there. I don't think they had any red meat. They had salmon, chicken, but it was good. It was so good. I had a chicken burger and it was unbelievable.
I remember, what was that one place we went to before I lived here, and they had the vegan hot wings.
I don't remember where that is. KK knew that.
I think it was near that ice cream place that's like the giant, what's that place called even?
I don't know.
There's an ice cream shop that's shaped like a giant ice cream cone.
Like a big old bucket thing. What is that place called? I don't know, but it's like really well known in Denver.
Yeah.
To go there with people because the ice cream's pretty good. But anyway, what are we doing here today, guys?
Well, today we are going to be talking about the 2009 movie, New Moon, which is the second movie in the Twilight saga.
Yep. I watched the extended version, which I'm not exactly sure what the difference is.
I also watched the extended version because I saw that you were watching it.
Yes.
I looked it up. I think it said there was like 7.5 extra minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like, rather than like adding entirely new scenes, a lot of it is just like certain scenes are longer.
Okay. That makes sense. I was like, I don't know what the fucking difference is, but I'll watch the extended one.
But I think one of the scenes that is only in the extended, or maybe it's not only in the extended edition, but also one of, I don't know. But the scene where Carlisle is stitching up Bella's arm,
Yeah.
I think that is only in the extended.
Gotcha. Okay.
I could be wrong.
Cool. Well, we'll get to that when we review.
But yeah, so this movie was directed by Chris Wright, which different director than the first movie. I think there was like some scheduling conflict, and so they had to find a different director. Stars all the same people. I don't think there's anyone new in this one.
No.
I mean, I guess maybe some of the
Wolves, maybe.
Estimated budget was $50 million, and it has made $711 million.
Holy. That's crazy.
Very famous.
Fuck. That's crazy. And that's, I think from this movie is actually where that whole thing came about of like Team Edward, Team Jacob, right? I'm pretty sure it was this movie, not the first. Because the first movie, Jacob wasn't really a thing.
Kind of already a thing with the books, but it definitely, like, when the movies came out, became more of a thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, so what'd you think about it?
Still entertaining. Not as entertaining as the first one, I think, but had some fun.
I agree. For some reason, I feel like this movie was almost like a bridge to the next movie. Like it was like, you know, character development, a little bit of action, but not much.
It was very much like the first movie and this movie are setting up the love triangle. So like the first movie is obviously all about Edward, and then he's like fucking just dips out.
He's like, Lego.
And so the second movie is mostly about the relationship with Jacob.
Yeah. And you're still Team Jacob?
We'll get into that, but I would say probably yes.
Okay.
But that comes with some caveats.
Cool. No, yeah, I thought the same thing. So,
but yeah, what did you think? Other than
I mean, that was really it. There wasn't. Movie was like fun to watch. I think the best scene was honestly where Jacob and one of his brothers started fighting each other because Bella slapped one of them, and then
right across the face.
Yeah, right across the face, and he got mad, and that was probably the best scene, in my opinion. I think the movie itself was like pretty slow. Yeah, I mean Bella, you could tell like Bella just yearned to see Edward.
Like literally started hallucinating about it.
Yeah, but like I don't even know if those were hallucinations.
Well, we can talk about that.
Right. You don't. Who knows?
But anyway, I guess, like I mentioned last time, I have not seen any of these movies before, so these are all first-time watches for me.
That's crazy.
So I'll go ahead and say, if you are like me, spoiler warning.
If you're like him, you're lost.
But let's go ahead and get into the summary.
Let's do it.
This movie starts out with everything just like being awesome. And
Yeah, everything normal.
Bella and Edward are hanging out, and then it's about to be Bella's 18th birthday. And so everyone's like, "Oh my God, happy birthday!" And she's like, "But she birthdays, this is stupid."
Yeah, she's like, I'm getting a year older. And then Edward's like, it's good, you're only 18. And she's like, yeah, but you're 2 years younger. And then he's like, actually, I'm 101 or 107, 109, whatever. But yeah.
So yeah, she tells everyone not to get her presents. Several people get her gifts. Alice gets her a dress, and she's like, "You're gonna wear that tonight, and you're gonna love it."
Yeah. When you come over to our place and we do some party or whatever.
And then later, when she is at their house, when opening a different gift, gets a paper cut on some of the wrapping paper, and Jasper, who we discussed last time, is the youngest vampire, and so he has like the least control over his urges, fucking goes at her.
And then Edward, wanting to protect her, fucking like one arm slams her. She flies across the room into a mirror
Table with a bunch of glass decorations on it.
and then she fucking cuts the shit out of herself.
And so obviously there's like even more blood gouts. They're like, "Get Jasper out of here." And Carlisle, the father of the Cullen family and also a doctor, patches her up, and then Edward is clearly upset by this, and I don't know if they like show them discussing it, but sometime in between then and the next scene, they've all decided that they're just gonna leave because it's not worth having Bella around.
The Cullens are all leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Edward meets up with Bella in the forest and is like, "It's not safe for me to be around you, so this is the last time you're gonna see me." She's like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, "Ever, I promise you. As long as you promise me to..."
He said, "Don't do anything reckless for Charlie's sake."
Yeah.
And he leaves, and Bella tries to follow him, but obviously not a vampire, and so she's just like wandering around the forest.
And then falls asleep.
Falls asleep.
In the forest.
There's like a whole ass search party out looking for her. Eventually, one of the I forget what the Native American tribe is called. It's like starts with a Q, Quileute or
Quaalude?
something like that. I don't know. One of them finds her, brings her back, and she is just like depressed as all hell. There's literally like a montage of her just sitting, staring out the window for like 3 months.
It was a long montage too. I mean, it really brought across the point that she was upset and sad and lonely and depressed.
Seeing her at school, and like there's the table that her and her friends sit at, and then the table that the Cullens used to sit at, and she just is over at that table sitting by herself.
She was all alone, just depressed as shit.
But then at some point, there is one of the other, I don't even remember this dude's name. Some other dude in the town is like trying to get rid of some motorcycles.
I think just the dad's neighbor.
Is it just their neighbor? Okay. Well, like I said, I don't know this guy, but they keep talking about like there's been bear attacks, and so it's like not safe to be going out. And the guy was even talking about like or Charlie, Bella's dad, mentioned that he's seen too many people splattered on the street, so he doesn't let the motorcycles.
Yeah.
I don't remember how they end up. Did they just like pick them up off the street, or was there like?
I think at one point, all we know is that we saw him like put him on the side of the road.
Right, and then they were just in the back of the truck.
And then the next thing is like, yeah, Bella had them in the back of her truck.
And so then she meets up with Jacob, and she is like, yeah, I want to rebuild these motorcycles. And he was like, I can help with that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think she knew that though.
Yeah.
She definitely went to Jacob because she was like, I wish I had a mechanic.
Because he
and like looked at
fixed up the truck as well.
Yeah. She was like, I know it's going to cost more than they're worth to rebuild them, but I really want to ride these motorcycles.
Right. Which I think was, actually skipped a whole scene here, because she starts trying to get like,
Adrenaline boosts.
right. Because I think there was like one,
What was the first one? I forget. The very first, like the first time she saw, was she was downtown.
right. Because
with her friend.
She, obviously, like we said, she's depressed, not hanging out with anyone. She starts trying to make an effort to hang out with her friends again. And so she goes to movies with Jessica. And as they're leaving, she sees the guys that almost raped her in the last movie. And is like, I'm going to go hang out with them.
Yeah. As she's walking towards them, like a ghost of Edward is like, turn around, Bella.
Right.
Don't do this, Bella.
Yeah. And she goes and hops on the back of this one dude's motorcycle. And then they're like speeding down the thing. And she was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then sees another thing of Edward and freaks out and ends up going back with Jessica. And Jessica's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What is wrong with you? Best part is Bella was like, I think I know those guys. I'm going to go say hi real quick.
So after that, then she's like, I should get into motorcycles.
Yep. Yep.
So she ends up rebuilding I think there's 2 motorcycles.
Yeah, which Jacob just easily lifts out of the car.
Oh, right, because he also disappeared for a while because he had his long hair, and then
That was after that.
Was that after? Oh, no, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. He was like, I would never hurt you, Bella, at the movie theaters, remember?
Yeah.
But then he got like fucking mad as shit at that guy.
Yeah. Okay, that is later. They fix up the motorcycles, and then Bella wants to try it out, and fucking immediately crashes and knocks I don't know how she didn't get a concussion. She smacked into a boulder.
Yeah, or like broke bones.
Yeah. There was like blood gushing down her face.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And Jacob's like, apologizing for bleeding? Like, what?
She was like, oh, right.
And then, of course, he takes off his shirt and he's all muscular and starts wiping the blood away. And
This man is muscular.
Yeah.
All right, so just big synopsis of this movie. Jacob is hella muscular. Edward is not.
correct.
He is.
Because he's got supernatural strength.
Yeah, but also like I feel like he was also super depressed and just like stopped eating, and he looked way worse than the first movie, in my opinion.
But yeah, so after that, Jacob's like, we're not doing this motorcycle shit anymore. You're going to kill yourself.
Yep.
And then I think there is a moment where she runs in. I don't know exactly if this is like the next thing that happens, but there's another moment where she runs into Laurent, who is one of the 3 vampires that interrupted the baseball game.
Yeah, she went like looking for Edward at a place that we had in the first movie where they were like laying in the grass and stuff.
Right.
And it was like all dead.
And
Then randomly Laurent is there.
right. And then is this after
he's
Jacob
like-
disappears? Because at some point, that's still later, right?
This
Before that.
this is after
After
Jacob disappears.
because at some point is like his dad tells everyone that Jacob has mono,
Yeah.
and so she can't visit him for a while.
So there's a guy at the table when she started being less depressed at the school.
Right.
She went to the table and he was like, "Hey, Bella, you want to go out with?"
Which also wasn't. I'm pretty sure that
was
guy
dating the
dated
other-
other.
I know.
So I don't. Never mentioned their breakup, but now he's trying to get with Bella again.
Yeah. And so she was like, "Yeah, sure, you can do that. Anyone else want to go?" And so she invited the whole group.
Yeah.
And it turned out everyone else couldn't make it except for Jacob.
Yeah.
So then they watched the movie.
Jacob and the other guy and Bella, and
It was like a horror movie.
it was an action movie. It was called Face Punch.
Yeah.
So it was like literally just like standard action, like people shooting each other kind of stuff.
And this one guy, the guy that they were with, he couldn't handle it apparently. So at one point, like he left, and then
He's like went to the bathroom to throw up.
yeah, for like a long time. And then the movie ended. It was like Bella and Jacob sitting on the stairs, and Jacob's like, "I know what he did to you." He being Edward.
Right.
He was like, "I would never do that to you. I would never hurt you." And then the guy comes back, and he's like, "So like I need a ride home or something like that." I'm not exactly sure, but I think Jacob got upset because his moment was ruined,
Right.
and he got real furious.
As he's like immediately was like flexing at this guy.
Yeah, and then that's
I
when
was like, "You feel like you have a fever?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I have to go. I don't know what's happening."
yeah. And so then he leaves, and the guy was like, "Man, that guy's weird." And so then at one point, Bella thinks he has mono, and she's like on her own again because the hole in her is not being filled by Jacob.
She's also having
The hole in her is not being filled by Jacob.
recurring nightmares, and so she's like every night waking up screaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day she goes out looking for the place that her and Edward were hanging out, runs into Laurent, and then he mentions that Victoria, who is the other red-headed vampire, is coming to kill her, and he was like, "I could just kill you now, and they'll be a lot faster than what Victoria's gonna do to you."
You're right. You're right. And so he was like about to tear out her throat, it looked like. And then like 5 wolves
Right.
descend on the vampire, and the vampire like runs out, and Bella's like, "Oh fuck," like one of the wolves like looks at her and like makes eye contact and then like runs after the group.
Chases him into the forest. Bella runs back home, tells her dad. She was like, "Hey, all these attacks, not bears. They're giant fucking wolves."
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, the guy in the wheelchair, he was there.
Different guy.
Different. Oh no, not the wheelchair guy.
Another elderly native man
Yes.
that I don't know the name of.
Yes.
But they decide to get a hunting group together and go out and try and kill these wolves. And then while they're out there, Victoria's like stalking them and scares the one guy, and like
He just has a heart attack. He has a heart attack off that. I'm like, you know about vampires,
I don't know him.
so maybe
He's old.
well, yeah, but maybe it was like her power. I don't know what her power is, but like she did grab him,
Yeah.
and then like he had the heart attack. But yeah, so then she like flees, and
So before he had the heart attack, because obviously he also knows about the werewolves, so they're like out looking for these things, and he finds a giant paw print on the ground.
He's like-
and Charlie's like, "You see anything?" And he's like, "No, of course not." Like,
covers it
went
with his foot. Yeah, but then so he got attacked by her, and then the wolves come and actually like basically chase her out. And this is like where 2 different scenes kind of converge onto the same scene of Redhead is running away from the wolves. She like dives off the cliff to get into the water because the wolves weren't going to do that apparently.
Which is weird because we see
The cliff diving.
yeah, they're cliff diving earlier, and Jacob is like, "Oh yeah, these guys think they run the place, but they're a bunch of assholes."
Yeah, yeah. But I guess maybe in like their wolf form, they don't
'Cause I think-
perform well in the water.
I guess I didn't realize this when we were watching the first movie, obviously because I haven't seen any of these, but it seems like before you get wolf powers, they just don't tell you about the wolf stuff.
Yeah, they tell you about the legends.
Right. So like Jacob mentioned in the first movie, like, "Oh, there's a legend that we're descended from wolves," but it seemed like he didn't know that they were actually werewolves.
No, and I think you aren't told about that unless you are one of them that changes.
Right.
if that makes sense.
Because it says it's like some genetic thing where like only some people turn into werewolves.
Yeah. So he got that gene. But anyway, Redhead jumps into the water. It switches to Bella. She wanted to see Edward again, I'm guessing, and wanted the thrill, and so she goes to the cliff where they're cliff jumping.
Very much like adrenaline junkie, because putting herself in dangerous situations causes her to get those visions, and I think that's what she's chasing.
For sure. And so she jumps off the cliff, and while she's down there, she like gets out. She thought it was great. She was like laughing, and then a big old wave comes and takes her and like smacks her against the wall. And then at one point you see like the redhead
It was like
swimming
towards her.
underneath the water, towards her. But then luckily, I think Jacob was there. I guess he dove off the cliff at one point.
Was it him or was it someone else?
I thought it was Jacob.
It might have been.
Yeah, because when they were driving back in her truck, he was there and he was like, "I'm really warm, 109 degrees or whatever."
Right, yeah, she wet, cold.
Yeah. Because at that point she had already figured out that he was the wolf, which we skipped. Yeah, we did skip that. Anyway, she at one point wants to go see Jacob where he is, and he goes there, and that's when this whole thing happens of like her slapping one of the guys because she was just pissed off.
Oh, right. Yeah, she shows up at the house, and that's when Jacob's dad, who's in a wheelchair, is like, Jacob's not available, and she just like pushes past him.
Yeah.
He is in the bed sleeping, and then she sees the asshole guys that he was talking about out in the backyard.
Yeah.
Goes to confront them, slaps one of them. That guy turns into a wolf and then is like about to attack her. And then Jacob is like running out. She's like, Jacob, run away.
Yeah.
And then Jacob turns into a wolf and she's like, huh?
Yeah. And then they have like this big old fight, which I said was the best scene probably in the movie, of just two big wolves fighting each other. But anyway, while they're driving back, they see one of the Cullens cars in front of her house.
Right.
So she's like, "Oh my God, those are the Cullens." And Jacob's like, "We need to get out of here. It's probably a trap."
Because like the treaty between the vampires and wolves says that they can't. Part of it is like the werewolves can't do anything if they're not on their own territory.
Yeah,
So
if the Cullens are there.
right, and so Jacob's like, I can't protect you here.
Yeah, he can't change it to his wolf form, but they go in there, and it was Alice.
Right. That which also we didn't mention, but Bella has been like writing emails to Alice this whole time, although none of them are sending.
Not delivered every time.
So I don't know why she's doing that. That's weird.
It's strange. Anyway, Alice was in there, and she thought that Bella had died.
Right, because she saw a vision of her jumping off the cliff, but didn't see her get resurfaced.
Yeah. And then at one point, Bella wanted to talk to Jacob because he was being a dick, as was Alice. And Alice was like walked out. She said, "Let me know when you let the dog out." And so the phone rings while Bella's talking to Alice, and Jacob picks it up, and we didn't know who it was yet, but it was like, he was like, blah, blah, blah residence. And he was like, He's not here. He's at a funeral, and then hangs up the phone. And I'm like, oh,
Wild shit. And then we see it's Edward, who is in Rio for some reason.
yep.
And just like crushes a phone. And he's like,
Yeah. So apparently we find out he's there because the most elder vampires, the group is called the Volturi.
well, that's not why he's in Rio. Because the Volturi are in Italy.
Oh, I thought he was in Italy. No, he was in Rio?
Yeah. Because there was the big Jesus statue.
Oh, man, you're right. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
Well, because Alice had mentioned that
He was just traveling around.
he like only checked in with him like once every couple months, and he wanted to be on his own.
Right.
So I think he was just secluding himself.
Yeah, maybe that.
And then when he heard that Charlie's setting up a funeral, that's when he decides to go to Italy.
Yeah. To the Volturi to hopefully kill himself.
Right. And I think he mentioned that earlier because there's a painting of the Volturi in the Cullen house, and it was at Bella's birthday party, and Edward explains it to her, and it's like, yeah, these people like make all the laws for vampires, and
The only one they really follow is the fact that like they're supposed to keep vampires hidden. That's the one they enforce the most.
yeah, so it's like if you reveal yourself to people, they will kill you.
Yeah. Which is what we find out Edward's plan is. He wanted to go there to where they are and take off his robe.
Phyllis is the one that tells Bella about that because she also gets a vision.
Yep.
She's like, he's gonna get himself killed, and so then they all go to Italy.
Yeah. Long story short, Bella stops Edward from revealing himself.
Last
Last second. There's one little girl that saw it, the sparkle on his cheek, but luckily no one else did. And then
And it happens to be during a celebration of them getting rid of vampires.
all the vampires having died, yeah, which is hilarious. And then they go down because the Volturi wanted to talk to him, and then they find out that none of their powers work on Bella.
Right. So we already knew that Edward can't read her mind, but then it turns out she is immune to almost everyone's powers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where the limit is because we also did see earlier Jasper's power still affects her.
Oh, the mood one?
Yeah, he can like change her mood.
Did he change her mood, or did he change...
Because when Alice was trying to give her the gift, and she was like, yeah, okay. And then she was like, hey, that's not fair, Jasper.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
So I don't know why he can still affect
And also Alice saw her potentially killing herself, which is
So yeah,
future.
I don't know what the limits of Bella's shield are.
Yeah.
But no one, the Volturi, so similar to Edward, the main Volturi guy can also see people's thoughts, but he has to touch them to see their thoughts.
Well, he sees like all the...
Right. It's not just their current thoughts. It's like all their memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Jane, I believe, is one of the other vampires there, and she can like,
Look and torture you.
yeah, like make people just start writhing in pain.
Yeah.
And that also doesn't work on Bella.
It's like, if you know Harry Potter, it's like the Crucio
Yeah.
spell. Same thing. And then they were about to kill Edward and Bella.
Right.
And then Bella was like, no, don't kill him, kill me. And they were like, you would sacrifice yourself for someone like us.
Right.
And then they were like, well, we're still going to have to kill you because like Edward has no plans to change you.
And Alice said that she saw a vision of
The future, yeah.
Bella being a vampire.
And then she shows it to him.
Right. And so he was like, marvelous.
This, yeah. Yeah. And then they let them go, and what happens?
Oh, also another thing didn't get mentioned earlier, but there's like a whole bunch of drama earlier in the film with part of the reason that Edward doesn't want to change Bella is because they're all like very Christian. And so Edward is worried that being a vampire means you don't have a soul anymore. And Carlisle explains that to Bella, and I was like, think about it. If you were in his position, could you really take away the soul of the person you love? Like that would be an awful thing to do.
Which is a really good way to get Edward's point across.
Yeah.
But she didn't care still.
Yeah.
But yeah, as they were actually leaving the palace of the Volturi, like a ton of like tourists were being walked through.
They're like children.
Children and like parents and old people, and they
All
all...
being very secretive. Like they walk by and the one guy's like, ooh, these ones look juicy or something like that. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear like screams.
Yeah.
And well, you can guess what happened. That was their snack time, their meal time.
I think he said like, save some for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. So the Cullens are really one of one because they don't kill people like other ones do.
I think they, after learning that Bella is in fact not dead, they all decide to move back to Forks, which doesn't really make any sense because there was other reasons why they were leaving. Edward even mentioned earlier, like Carlisle's supposed to be 10 years older than he looks and people are starting to notice. And it's like, even without the whole Bella thing, y'all could only stay there for so long.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're going to push it a year or two. Either way, they went back. Also, like, they can just use makeup. Make them look older with makeup.
That good with makeup artists.
Or they have a lot like
Some eyeliner on their cheeks or like, I'm young or old.
a vampire.
Look at me and
Yeah.
fake wrinkles, bags under their eyes.
Shoot, I don't know what happened after.
Honestly, neither do I. What happens after they leave Dilly?
Oh, they went to the Cullens' house, and that's where like that vote was taken of like, do we turn
Shake, yeah.
Bella? And the end result was yes.
Because the only two people that voted no were Edward and Rosalie.
Yeah, and so they had like a timeline, and then at one point, the very last scene of the movie, granted, Jacob at one point did say like, you can't change. Remember like the terms.
Right.
You
Like
can't bite a human.
If you bite a human, then the treaty is broken and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and I don't know what the workaround was, but apparently there was a workaround.
But yeah, they Edward, so they all meet in a forest. This is where this discussion is happening. There's a lot of forest conversations.
Yes.
And Edward tells Jacob, thanks for taking care of her while I was gone. He's like, bitch, I didn't do it for you.
Yeah. I wanted her. And then Bella was like, Jacob, don't make me choose between you.
Because it's gonna be him.
It's gonna be him. And then she was like, it's always been him. And that obviously hurt Jacob. Then they almost got into a fight. And then she was like, if you guys hurt each other, you're only hurting me. Because she also told Jacob she loved him.
Right.
So that happened. And then the very last scene was like Edward and Bella talking with each other. And Edward was like, I only have one term for me to change you. And she's like, what is it? He was like, marry me. She was, and then that's the movie.
Yeah.
That was a tough one to get through. There's so much like bouncing around in this one. It looked like multiple scenes converging onto like one end scene that made
Yeah. So we'll take a quick break and then we'll do some detailed review.
Let's do it. And we're back.
And we're back.
Honestly, dude, like, there is not much that I took note while you split this movie.
I took so many notes.
Did you actually?
Kind of ridiculous.
All right, well, all right, that's crazy. This is me, and we already went through 4 of them, if not more. Wolf fight scene, awesome. I will say one of the very first scenes in the movie was like the Volturi. You saw what happens to someone that breaks the rules, and they like fucking took his head off and his arms.
Which maybe I'm misremembering. I don't think this happened in, or maybe just because we didn't see it as clearly in the first movie. But like, apparently when they kill vampires, they like turn into ceramic. Like their skin cracks and like they pulled off their head and it was like stone underneath. And I was like, what is the inside of their body? Like, I don't get it.
Huh. Because you burn them though too.
But it did. I don't think they burned that guy.
Weird. Maybe they did it wrong.
It seemed like just pulling the head off did the trick.
Huh. I think so.
So I'm like, was the fire necessary before, or is that just the extra fun stuff?
Okay, literally, we went through all my notes.
All right, well,
All right,
we'll go.
Damon, here we go.
So the movie starts with a quote from Romeo and Juliet.
They're in class. I forgot about that.
Right, yeah. I don't remember the whole quote, but the beginning is, these violent delights have violent ends. And not having seen this film before, didn't know that was in there. Of course, I have both read and watched Romeo and Juliet, but that quote, the more recent memory for me with that is that quote is used a lot in the show Westworld. Oh. And I would say a lot more effectively than it is in this movie.
Look, man, they can all do so much.
Yeah, they started saying it, and I was like, I know that.
That's good. You know, the reason that it was recited was because the teacher in the class like paused the movie because he saw Edward and Bella talking in the back, and so then he was like, "Since you're not paying attention, what were the last lines?" And Edward like,
He's been in high school like dozens of times.
right. So he spouted like all the lines,
Right.
And then he was like, "Oh, well, like keep your eyes to the front, please."
But they talk about Romeo and Juliet a lot in the beginning, and I think they're trying to like make a comparison between Bella and Edward, and it's the laziest fucking thing because like the whole like the scene that they end up watching in class is the end where, if you don't know Romeo and Juliet,
spoiler warning,
they both end up killing themselves.
And Edward was pissed at that,
and obviously like the end of this movie where Edward tries to kill himself, so
after he thought that she had died,
right, which is the same thing that happens to Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting kind of surface level comparison there. I did think it was funny on Bella's 18th birthday. Her dad tells her, "I think you're getting a gray hair." I was like, telling a high school senior that they have gray hair is crazy.
Yeah, they just turned 18, better.
But she believed him because she'd been freaking out about aging.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. And yeah, like you mentioned earlier that when the first time when Bella and Edward are talking in the parking lot, because I think he became a vampire at 17 and she's 18 now. So
16.
Was it 16? I thought he's 17.
He's 16.
Oh well. But she's like, "You're younger than me." He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm 109. And she goes, maybe I shouldn't be dating such an old man. And I was like, correct, Bella. That is the right answer.
You're right.
It's like, you're saying this as if it's a joke. Oh, I also thought it was ridiculous that, I guess you mentioned this earlier, but in response to her getting a paper cut, fucking slams her against the wall.
So confused.
I was like,
She flew across the whole room.
absolutely dumb.
I'm like, for a little weenie paper cut, just put her behind you like you've done in every other movie.
Right.
In this one, he's like,
Yeah. Like, she
wanted to go thing. Yeah.
He literally just was like,
I'm like, all right, first off, he's not coming that fast. Like,
I continue to think that Carlisle is the best person in the Cullen family.
it's
He only has like the one scene where he's talking to Bella while he's stitching up her arm, and I was like,
Still.
this guy fucking gets it. Like, he knows what he's doing.
yeah. But he is like trying to train and help
Yeah.
the whole Cullen family through.
And she's like, how did you manage to like overcome this urge? Like, you're a doctor, so you'd see blood all the time. And he is like, I just knew that I wanted to help people, and so I worked on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect for sure.
The driving in this movie, all the driving scenes somehow look way more fake than any of the driving scenes in the first movie. I don't know
Interesting.
if that's like, I mean, I'm assuming they filmed it differently, because like every scene, obviously there are like, you can see cars driving on the street, but like when it's inside the car and people are talking to each other, it's very obviously like a green screen behind them. And I'm like, I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like more blurred with the camera, so it looks more fake.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good. I didn't even notice that.
Bella again, proving how little common sense she has, because when she's arguing after the thing, Jasper, she's arguing in the car with Edward, and he literally tells her, if I were a normal boyfriend, I wouldn't have to fight the urge to kill you. And she goes, I don't want normal. And I'm like, that is so disgusting.
I want someone to potentially want to hurt me.
When they're about to skip town, Bella originally thinks that she's going with, and Edward says, Bella, I don't want you to come. And I said, that's why he's a bad boyfriend.
I feel like though, like that's a good boyfriend move.
Not letting your girlfriend come?
Yeah, because like he knows that he's the killer, right? But she's the one that's being irresponsible, being like, I don't care if you want to kill me.
The joke here.
Oh, I know. I know, but I'm being literal. He wanted to protect her. And so it's kind of like what she did to her dad in the first movie, like just a complete asshole move.
Shitty move.
A complete asshole move, but I get it, you know? I get it.
Still, thought it was funny. He said he didn't want her to come.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurt her heart for sure.
When she disappears and there's a whole search party, I wrote, a shirtless man walks out of the forest carrying my unconscious daughter, and I'm not questioning that at all.
Yeah,
Charlie was just like, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for finding her. But he did look at him kind of like weirdly. He was like, you know, he like looked at him in like
That's
a
suspicious
weird way.
what that is. Also, the fact that obviously, like, it makes sense that they're all shirtless because they turn into wolves and they don't want to have to buy new shirts all the time. But like,
Their pants.
well, I'm sure they also have to buy new pants, but like, they can't just be running around naked. But still, because no one else knows that they're vampires, for them it's just like, these guys are just shirtless for no reason.
Werewolves, not vampires.
Did I say vampires?
Yeah.
Right. Because no one knows that they're werewolves, they just think that they're a bunch of shirtless boys around.
Yeah, they're just Native Americans that are always
It's supposed to
shirtless.
be a cultural thing.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, that'd be a good cover up too.
Yeah.
They just need more like, yeah.
That was
So funny.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't know why she keeps writing emails to Alice when we clearly see that none of them are actually being sent. There's like a whole page of stuff where it's like, failed to deliver, failed to deliver.
Yeah.
One of the best lines, and I mean this in a joking way, of course, similar to in the first movie with the whole like, you better hold on tight, spider monkey.
Yeah.
There's a point where she meets up with Jacob and he says, Bella, where the hell have you been, loca? And I was like, what? He's not Hispanic. I don't know why he's trying to speak Spanish to her right now.
I think that flew right over my head. I was like, all right, I guess a pet name, sure.
Wild.
Crazy.
I will say, so getting back to the whole Team Edward, Team Jacob thing, the reason why I think I still lean more Team Jacob is because whereas everything Edward does is like the most toxic shit in the world, fucking Jacob shows up, immediately supports her interests, helps her build these motorcycles, and like pulls her out of her depression. And I was like, this is healthy, right?
Keep going. What are the caveats?
Caveat is he's also kind of like a fake nice guy, and he's not really doing it to be friendly. He's doing it because he's in love with her.
Yeah. He's taking advantage of her because he knows that
He's not,
Edward is there.
I don't know if he's taking advantage of her because she doesn't really do anything for him. I'd say it's more of her what I call simp behavior.
Yes, he's definitely being a simp for her and just doing whatever she wants. He's like, I don't know, these are really dangerous, but okay.
He's like, whatever you want, Bella.
Yeah.
And then, but also secondary problem is after he gets his werewolf powers, he basically just turns into, it's like initially like two different kinds of toxic, but then he just becomes like Edward after he becomes a werewolf, and he's like, I'm too dangerous for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta stop doing this, guys.
Yeah. I would never hurt you. Bella, we can't be friends.
Right.
That was one of his lines that he had said.
Yeah. He said, I'm not good for you.
Yeah. No, he was like, it was like raining and he's out there shirtless and she's like, I thought you had mono. He's like, I'm not good.
You got a tattoo? You cut your hair?
Yeah. Really
It was a
wonder.
pretty cool tattoo.
It was, yeah, I wonder what it meant. I guess the tribe,
Visible here because he's wearing a shirt in that photo.
which is not accurate to the movie.
I also am curious, like, does Charlie just sleep fully clothed? He must.
Yes, he always is there, like with a button up on and jeans.
He's got like 3 t-shirts, full jeans. Because like I said, Bella is like waking up with nightmares, but like my man never runs it in pajamas.
No.
So either he's sleeping in pants and 3 shirts, or he's getting up, hears his daughter screaming, and is like, let me cover up real quick.
Well, we did see at one point, I think he was on the couch, like sleeping or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he was fully clothed there. So maybe he just like comes home from work and just passes out on the couch.
Maybe.
And then his daughter screams and he wakes up. But yeah, who knows? It is pretty funny.
Also, I get the point that they were trying to make when she has the motorcycle accident, because like she apologizes when her head is bleeding, and Jacob's like, oh, it's no big deal. And it's supposed to contrast because obviously like her bleeding was a huge deal with the Cullens.
Oh, yeah.
But Jacob says it's no big deal. And I was like, I get the point you're trying to make, but also that's a head injury. That is a big deal.
Right. She said, no, it's fine.
Like, you can't just wipe the blood away, call it a day.
And they didn't even go to the hospital. They were just like, nah, that's fine. Wipes the blood off and kept going.
I do think Face Punch is a hilarious title for a movie.
It must have been really scary or gross or gory.
I'm assuming it was gore because they're like, we don't see any of the movie, but you can like hear it when they're in the theater. It's like, put your gun down or I'll blow your head off. And then there goes, put your gun down or I'm going to blow your head off. And then they go, I'm just like, what is happening?
Yeah. Turn the camera around, please, so you can watch the other movie.
The scene that you were mentioning with the 2 wolves fighting each other, I feel like Bella was way the fuck too calm for just learning that werewolves exist.
Yeah, well,
Like-
even learning that her best friend she'd been hanging out with and is in love with is also a fucking werewolf.
Like,
The 2 people she likes
and then
turn out to be supernatural.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's like prepped her a little bit knowing that vampires are a real thing, but still, like, she did not know that werewolves existed. And then suddenly 2 of them are fighting right in front of her. And
Yeah.
she literally was just thinking, like,
But it's kind of weird because remember, like, Jacob was like, remember, you know, because he couldn't say.
I feel like she should have been more scared.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah. Maybe after seeing vampires fighting and tearing heads off, you kind of get numb to it. Seeing 2 big old dogs fighting is normal.
Also, the complete hypocrisy when she's like arguing with Jacob later on a beach.
Oh my God.
Or something, and she's like, it's not what you are, it's what you do. You kill people, Jacob. And I'm like, bitch, Edward has killed people. He admitted to you that he's killed people before, and you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like, why does it only matter with Jacob?
I thought the exact same thing. A hypocrite.
When she did the cliff diving thing, I was like, how crazy would it be if she just like got smashed against the rocks and died?
Die. Movie over.
That's a bit.
Done deal.
Because the waves were fucking hitting her.
It was like a 60-foot cliff. I mean, it wasn't anything small.
That was kind of wild. When Jacob pulls her out of the water, it gives the absolute worst chest compressions I have ever seen on film. They are
It's like,
he literally just was like, and I was like, you need CPR lessons because that was bad.
yeah, you're about to die. You're about to kill her. Yeah, but she survives. Spits out.
Wow. It definitely was not because of anything he did.
Yeah, she spits out a little bit of water and then like is breathing again normal. Again, doesn't go to the hospital.
I do really like Alice as a character. I think she probably has the most screen time out of any of the Cullens in this movie.
This movie for sure. Well, maybe not Jacob. Or sorry, Edward.
Maybe not ever.
But second most.
Second most. And I think they do a pretty good job of establishing the relationship between her and Bella. And
Very sister-like, which I love.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice. When they go to Italy, I do believe that Elle Fanning is a better actor, but it's always nice to see Dakota.
I don't know what you just said.
Dakota Fanning is the Crucio vampire.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't act a lot anymore. Her sister does a lot more acting now. And like I said, I think her sister is a better actor than she is. But
Hey, she wasn't bad in this one. She didn't really say much, but she looked the part. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I feel like there's just, I don't know, maybe it's just like a nostalgia thing because I feel like when I was growing up, Dakota Fanning was like a big deal. She was in the War of the Worlds movie with Tom Cruise, and what else is she in? She was in like a bunch of stuff. She was in Sucker Punch, which wasn't a good movie, but like, I don't know. Dakota Fanning was in a lot of stuff growing up, and so I feel like I've got like a special place in my heart. I'm like,
He's a little crush on her.
not really.
Sounds like back in the day.
Not even like, it's not an attraction thing. It's just like
Weird. She's there.
it feels comfortable seeing her.
Gotcha.
I'm like, yeah, this is one of the actors I grew up with.
Well, I'm glad she was in there for you. I didn't even know.
Also, the head of the Volturi is played by Michael Sheen, and I absolutely love that man. He crushed it. I love his just smile the whole time was like so perfectly.
He's just always happy.
He's always happy, and it's like it's a little creepy, but it's also just like he just seems like, wow, this is so cool.
He doesn't like seem evil.
Right.
He's just happy and like doesn't really think that killing is bad. It's just what you gotta do.
He's just like, sometimes we eat people, but like, fucking, we got this human here and our powers don't work on her? How fascinating. Yeah.
He's like, let's do another experiment. You do your power. Yeah. No, he'd be great. I like seeing him in the movies, and we'll see more of him too.
Again, Charlie always getting the short end of the stick. Fucking Bella just disappears for like 4 days.
Yeah. She left a note this time though.
Yeah, but not a good one.
Not a good one.
And so she gets back and he's like, you are grounded forever. And she's like, all right.
She's like, okay.
I was like, I can't imagine the level of stress that this man goes through on a daily basis.
Yeah, like she was just lost and refound by some random person carrying her. And now she's gone again for 4 days. But at least she left the note. But still, she's like, well, I'm 18. I can do whatever I want. So
You're not my real Dan.
yeah. Well, but he is, though.
Oh, he is. I was making a joke.
It's like,
You're not my mom.
that's what you're referencing, right?
When they had the vote on whether to turn Bella or not, Rosalie explained the reason why she voted no is she said, this isn't a life I would have chosen for myself, and I wish that there had been someone to vote no for me. And I was like, you know what? I fucking respect that.
Yeah. She can always just kill herself. Like, what?
I mean, not really. She would have to also go to Italy and get her head torn off.
Or have one of the Cullens do it. Or one of their enemies that they're fighting. Like, just don't try hard enough. I don't know, man. And die. Anyway.
Edward was... it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because, like, earlier in the movie, Edward explains, like, it's very hard for vampires to kill themselves. But then, like, it doesn't seem that hard. So I don't...
Yeah, fair. No clue.
But, oh, yeah. And then towards the end, when they're trying to talk about it before he asks her to marry him. He's like, I just need a little bit of time. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know, maybe give me 5 years. And she's like, that's way too long. And I was like, you would be 23. Like, that's not old.
She's like, that's way too long. I can't wait too long. And then he was like 2, and she goes,
I was like, if I had to choose like peak physical condition, I would much rather be 23 than 18.
so true. Oh yeah, way more developed muscles. Yeah, but then I think they landed on like after her graduation, right?
Yeah, she said, I'll at least wait until I graduate. And it was like,
No.
okay, dude. But yeah, she's like freaking out about being in her early 20s. And I was like, stupid.
Yeah, but I guess at the same time though, like I can see where she's coming from, just because like she is hanging around such danger, and it's not the first time she's almost been killed.
That's true.
So it's like, I mean, how many other
I
times?
just think the danger is what she's worried about, though.
Well, no, but
because
I'm
she
sure
had the
it's-
fucking nightmare in the beginning about like literally being an old lady.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they do push that narrative, but like me just thinking about like the whole thing, I'm sure subconsciously she's like, I've almost been killed now within 2 movies, like 8 times. You know, like how many more chances?
Oh, speaking of, they also kill Laurent just off screen.
Oh yeah, well, you
I mean,
kind of see
you
it.
kind of see it, but it's like it's not really.
Jacob was like, she was like, you gotta be careful. Like, there's a vampire out there. He's really fast. And he was like, we're way faster. And then she's like, no, but like, blah, blah. He was like, we killed that guy that was killing.
Right. So when they first run off, she like assumes in her head, and we kind of see a vision of him beating the werewolves.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh my god, all those wolves are gonna die. But then later they're like, nah, actually, we killed him.
Yeah, we caught him real easily. You caught him real easily and like killed him. And you do see like them like chopping his head and
Yeah.
then going at his body. But it's pretty cool.
I feel like he more could have been done with him. I wish he wasn't dead.
Yeah, I do too. Because I felt like at one point, like he was a good guy, you know, based off that first movie.
Yeah, because like he warned them about whatever the fuck other guy's name was.
Yeah, and then somehow like he's back now with that other redhead chick, and you know, it's just the whole thing.
Oh well.
R.I.P.
Yeah, wait. I guess the scene in the cliff diving scene is the last time we see Victoria, right?
Yeah,
She just like
Underwater.
disappears after that.
yeah,
So, assuming she'll come back.
yes, I think so.
Yeah, that was all I had.
That was all I had too.
Cool. Well, then I guess we'll move on to trivia.
Let's hear it.
I expected there to be more here, so honestly, I'm a little upset. But I've got 4 pieces of trivia here.
It's better than none.
So when they were filming, each member of the wolf pack had to provide papers proving their native descent. So they made sure that everyone was actually Native American.
That's cool.
This movie broke the record for the biggest one-day gross in the United States with $72.7 million. Before this movie came out, the former record holder was The Dark Knight in 2008.
Oh wow, also a good movie.
In one day, it made more money than The Dark Knight made in its first day.
That's crazy. 77 million.
Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson were each paid $12 million for this movie, which is 6 times more than they made for the first one.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
The grossing on that first one was also insane. So
The scene where Bella is sinking into the water was supposed to be achieved by putting weights into her pockets and then letting her sink in a swimming pool. Kristen Stewart was apprehensive about this, so the director demonstrated to show that there was nothing to be afraid of. As soon as he hit the bottom of the pool, he panicked, pulled the weights out of his pockets, and resurfaced, saying, "We cannot do that to Kristen." So instead, they filmed her from the side and like pulled the camera back to make it look like she was falling away from the camera.
oh, interesting.
He was like, "Don't worry, I'll do it first." And then he was like, "Bad idea."
You can't be stuck at the bottom.
So yeah, that was it.
That was cool. Those were good trivias. Moving on to Get Wrecked.
Indeed. You mentioned your brunch experience earlier.
I did mention my brunch experience, and it was so good. The place... Oh, it's gone. No. Voila. Ah, here we go. It's called Stowaway. It's in downtown Denver. If you guys are ever in Denver, it's so good. I mean, I had like a chicken sandwich, and it was like I don't know why I can't like
Grilled chicken or fried chicken?
it was fried, I believe, but it was so like soft and good. It was unreal. Here, let me just read out what it had. It was Japanese fried chicken, JoJo's sriracha mayo, pickle slices, carrot and ginger slaw on a brioche bun. It was so good. And then there was like leaf lettuce or salad on the side. Oh, so good.
I went to a brunch place last week called Syrup.
Oh, syrup. Yeah, syrup is good. They have that in quite a few locations. Yeah. I think this is just one of one here.
Not my rack, but also a decent brunch place.
Yeah, syrup is fine. It's expensive at syrup.
Luckily,
But-
it was we had some people from the Tulsa office in town, so I covered
Perfect. No, expense that.
It was like, hey.
Perfect. Yeah, well, that was my direct. Highly recommend it.
My recommendation is going to be Dropout, which is a subscription service formerly known as College Humor. They have a YouTube channel, but they also have their own website with exclusive content. I think it's like $6 a month, but lots of fun content, good stuff.
Interesting. Like what?
So they have a lot of D&D content. So if you're into that, like things like similar to Critical Role, which if you're familiar with that is a popular live play on YouTube. They also have their own live play series on Dropout called Dimension 20, which is actually where I got that blue bag right there. Dimension 20. So that's from Dropout. But they also have non-D&D content. There's a show that I've been watching recently called Game Changer, which every episode is a different game, but they don't tell the people who are playing what the game is before they arrive.
Oh, cool.
So they have to like figure it out as they know.
That's fun.
There's like a cooking competition show. There's a show called Dirty Laundry where there's 4 people and they all have secrets and then they have to try and guess each other's secret.
Yeah. I've seen that one. I've seen an episode of that. That's cool.
Yeah. But Dropout.tv, good stuff.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Okay. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family about us. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and hit the bell icon. Otherwise, you can leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. We can also follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at CashBamPod. If you want to send us a message, you can DM us, leave a comment, or send an email to casualfanaticpodcast@gmail.com. Still sounds wrong when I say it. I don't,
Third time in a row.
don't know what I'm doing. Links for all of that are in the description. What kind of messages can they send us?
Anything from, movie recommendations that you would want us to go over. Like this one we're doing right now, the Twilight series is actually someone that recommended.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this.
I think I forgot to mention that when we recorded the first movie, but one of my friends, Mary, suggested this to us.
Shout out Mary. Let's go.
So if you'd like us to review a movie, you can do that as well.
Yep. Let us know, what things you like in the podcast. If you have your own opinions about a movie that we went over that you want to let us know about, we can potentially put that out in an episode after the one that we'd recorded. But yeah, let your family friends know about us, and yeah, send us anything from things that you like about the podcast, things that you think we should add, or just movie recommendations. We would love to, check those out because there's so many out there that we probably haven't seen.
And on that note, this has been Casual Fanatic. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.